Have you ever wondered why your videos die after 30 seconds, despite having a perfect title and thumbnail? If you've tried all the traditional script templates and methods and your retention is still tanking, what if the problem isn't your idea, but it's the way you're structuring it? In this video, I'm going to show you the exact new simple scripting method behind Script.io and how this specific workflow forces viewers to keep watching until the very end of your videos. Look, I know how frustrating it is to pour hours into a video only for it to be ignored by the algorithm. I've spent years dissecting thousands of viral videos to fix that exact problem. By applying this framework to hundreds of clients, we've consistently pushed up retention past 70%. Today, I'm giving you that shortcut. I'll break down every step that keeps people hooked and then give you the full walkthrough of Script.io so you can write your next high retention script in under 15 minutes. What I'm about to show you changed everything for me, but to understand it, we need to cover what this app does. So to have a successful YouTube video, we need three things: titles, thumbnails, and a good script that keeps viewers hooked. This app helps you with all three elements, because if you're missing one of them, your video will fail. Right, so this is the app. It's called Script.io, and today I'm going to show you exactly what it does and how powerful it is to write scripts for YouTube. So let's, when you first come in here, you're going to want to sign up, or I can log in here. So we're in the projects page now, and these are some videos that I've been writing scripts for. And so what this does is shows you the final YouTube thumbnail and title that you're going to be using. You can see this one's complete, this one's in progress. But today we're going to look at this one that I've started off today. So let's have a look, and we click on that. And so then we come into the app to write the script. Let's just have a look around the app before we dive into how the scripts are actually made. So on the top bar, you can see comments, share buttons that you can invite people to help you write the script, notifications, save buttons, preview buttons, AI buttons. And then we've got a teleprompter there that will bring up the script and you can just read it directly off the teleprompter. So if that's handy for you as well. So first of all, we need to go on the left-hand side and we click on number one step, packaging. And so this first step is going to help you design your thumbnails and come up with a good title for your video. So you can already see I've put some data in here, but the first thing you need to do is tell the AI what your video is about. So you need to provide a lot of information as what's going to be in your video. The more information and the better information you give this AI, the better the results will be. So you can see here I've put in a couple of sentences, nearly a paragraph of words about what this video is going to be about. So we'll leave that there. And now we come down to coming up with a title for the video. So you can just type in your titles here and then click it to the list underneath. And you can also use AI to generate some titles for you. But what I would say in this part of the app is that you don't need to be 100% sure that's the title you're going to use, because down below it's going to make you revisit this title many times until you come up with the perfect title. So put in the best titles you can come up with or choose one of the AI ones. But don't worry too much if you don't like it 100%, because as we go through this app, it will refine it until we find the best one that's going to get the best results. So when you found a title that you want to use, you just have to click on select. So it selects it, all right? And now we need to go on to the thumbnail testing part. So here you can upload up to 12 different thumbnails, different variations, and to see what the thumbnail looks like with the title underneath. And so when you find one that you like and you're going to move forward with, you have to click this button, set to final. So you set that title and thumbnail to final. And also it's a good idea to write in this little box is what's actually in the thumbnail. The AI will scan it anyway, but if you can help it out with some extra words and whatever, if something's not quite clear, you can add some extra detail and tell it what's in there. All right. Now we go down to the AI where it's going to analyze your title and thumbnail. So first of all, there's some basic things you need to know about YouTube. To have a winning title and a thumbnail, it needs to pass these 4 criteria. So does your title and thumbnail make a big claim? Is it a new idea or a new method? Is it easy for someone to do? So is it simple, easy, new method, And also the big one is safe. You don't want to clickbait someone, and people are very wary about what videos to click on. So they want it to know that they can trust this video is going to be a good video and it's not going to waste their time. So once you think you've got all these parts, you can just tick all these boxes. Then you're going to click Analyze Title and Thumbnail, and the AI is going to analyze it. So let's do that now. It does take a few minutes because what it's doing is scanning the picture of your thumbnail. So it can take a few minutes. So you just need to be a bit patient with it. Right. So now it's came back with what it's found. So first of all, it says what the AI can see. So here you can say it's found the title and the thumbnail. It tells that there's a man's face in there, it's direct to camera. And so what message can he see from the packaging? So the packaging promises a new, straightforward method for scripting videos that will result in a high audience retention over 70%. So that's exactly what my video is about. So you can see here I've ranked 4 out of 4 excellent. But if there is some issues with your title and thumbnail, it will tell you what to change exactly. It's even given me a different titles that I could use. So then you just grab this title and then you scroll back to the top of the thing and add it in, and then select that title with the thumbnail. And then you just keep making changes of your thumbnail and your title until you get a 4 out of 4 excellent. And then you can move on to the next step. But it's important not to move on if you've only got a 1 out of 4 or a 2 out of 4. You need to be hitting 3 out of 4 minimum to really have good packaging to know that we're going to get views on the video. So 4 out of 4 is what I go for, because there's no point me sending out a video when I could have actually spent a little bit more time to get a 4 out of 4. So it tells you exactly what to change, what to change in your thumbnail, what to change in your title. So just keep going through it until you get a 4 out of 4 or a 3 out of 4 and you're happy with it. Then you can move on to the next page. So when you click the next button, it will actually save all this information and it will provide all this information to the next AI, because the AIs all work independently. So whatever you've put in on this screen will now get passed on to the next AI. So it's important that we can click save ourselves up the top, or we can click the next button and it will save it. Right, so let's scroll to the top. And so you can see the title that you selected at the top. The AI's now got all the information from that first step. And so the next step of creating a really good YouTube video is like looking at your packaging, your title and your thumbnail, and saying what questions in the viewer's mind will come up. So someone might say, well, what is this video? How do I do it? What's the proof? What happens if I don't do it? Where do I fit in on this scale of what's happening? So you can also use the AI to suggest questions as well. Be very careful here of what you put in, because this goes on to the next step of writing your hook. So make sure you write proper questions in there that you want to feature in your hook. So you need to start thinking ahead of, like, how do I want my hook to sound? Because these questions will shape your hook. So I've selected that one there, top 1, top 3. So if you select them in order, that's how it will come out in your hook. So once you're happy with the questions that the viewer might have about your packaging, select all 3. It says down the bottom, this is your top 3 questions. Then we click next, and the AI collects all this information and it passes it on to the next AI to write the hook. So at the top here, you can see it's got the top 3 questions that you put in on the previous screen. Now you need to decide what type of hook do you want. Do you want a question hook, statement hook, story hook, or combined, or do you want to write the hook yourself? I've used AI to generate my hook for this one. So it will use these 3 questions to write the hook, because what you want to do, if someone clicks on your video, you want to answer that viewer's question straight away of like, in this video, you've made a right decision, of clicking on this video because I'm going to answer all these questions you've had about my title and thumbnail. So that's how it's weaved into the hook. I mean, you can read my hook here and you can see the questions are weaved into the hook. Sometimes you might have to generate it 2 or 3 times, or you can manually change words or swap it around to whatever you want to do. But that will give you a really good opening hook to keep people engaged as well. So now we can move on to the next step, which is the setup. And so this is, you need to fill this out because it helps build the script. So first off, we need to do the promise. You can AI generate most of these things, or you can manually write in all the boxes. It's totally up to you how you do it, whether you go fully AI, half and half, or you go fully manual. It's up to you. You can do it either way, or you can do a combination of the two. So the first thing the setup asks us is, what's the promise? What is the viewers going to learn or gain from watching this video? So you can see in here, it says, by the end of this video, you'll get a simple system, blah, 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 blah. You know, so you can use the AI for a guidance, or you can do it yourself. Then you need to put in the credibility. Obviously, AI doesn't know about your personal credibility. So you can generate AI and it will generate a part of it, and then you can fill in your details. Say you've got 5 years experience, 10 years experience, you've worked with 500 clients. You can just change the numbers to suit what your actual credibility is. Now we move on to the script setup. So this sets up the video. So you can AI generate this yourself as well, or you can do it yourself. So it's totally up to you. And then we move on to the next step. But I hope you can start seeing how we're building the packaging, we're building the hooks, we're setting up the video. We're starting to put a real good script together that keeps people hooked till the end of the video. This is how you get high retention rates. Without this formula, you're going to really struggle. You know, people will click off in the intro and you won't know where the mistake was made. But with this, you can compare it against your video analytics and you can see exactly which part let you down. And so next time you can change it. You know, you can come back in and say, oh, my hook let me down, and then you can spend some more time improving the hook or whatever. So let's move on to the next step, which is the loop. This is totally optional, and you can toggle this on and off with this button here. If you don't know what loops are, it just creates curiosity. So you might want to say that something later on in the video is coming up. You might want to tease something for the viewer. The AI is here and it will generate some things, or underneath there's some quick templates to give you some ideas of how to tease something later on in the video. It's totally optional if you use this, but a lot of big YouTubers do use open loops, keep people watching, and the people's brains want to close loops. They want to know what happens. So I encourage you to use at least one loop in your video. All right. So it tells you where you want the loop placed. Normally I use it after the hook, but you can put it anywhere in the script you want, or use multiple as you go along. So now we get into the meat of the scripts. And you can see here, I've not wrote the meat of the script of this video because it's a walkthrough of the app. So I'm doing this live. I'm not actually having a pre-script for this video. But when it comes to script building, you only want to really have 3 main points in your video. So try and think about what's the 3 main points in your video. And then you can use AI to help you generate the talking points, the main message, the proof and the evidence. And this is incredible to build the full script. So you can just play around with this and you'll see it starts to build an incredible script. So you can just click next, go through each point until you get to the end hook. And so now this is really important because you want someone to now we've put all that work in for someone to watch the video till the end of the video. Now we need to direct them to either a product or ideally to watch another video. So this final part tells you to enter a video title of the one you want the viewer to watch next. So I've put my one in here where I reviewed the worst YouTube channel. So I'm going to use that in my final hook. So you can use AI for suggestions in here as well, and your call to actions. You know, so I've put one in here that if you want to test out this script writing app for yourself, totally free. The link's going to be down in the description below. So go and have a play around with it. And then you can see the end hook script. You can see the final script that the AI has come up with. to say, like you've got the framework to build an amazing script now. Now you need to head over to the app and try it out. And also you need to watch this next video, because it tells you that if you don't follow this formula, this is what happens. You can lose a lot of money. Your channel won't grow. You won't get any views on your video. And so there's big problems. And the AI comes up with this stuff that's pre-programmed from my years of experience working with hundreds of clients. So that's the end. And when it completes your script, it will save it. It takes a few minutes to save, and it says script complete. And so now what you can do, you can check the full script with AI, or you can preview the script of what it looks like. You can go directly straight onto the teleprompter and read it into the camera. I mean, this works amazingly well. And so you can even export it. You know, you can download it and put it on your own teleprompter, or save it in your own files for upcoming videos that you're going to film. And then obviously you can go back to your dashboard and you can see all your projects in the dashboard. Now that you've seen the framework to hit the 70% retention mark, the next step is seeing what happens when you ignore these rules completely. Head over to UseScript.io right now to start building your own high retention scripts using this exact method. Because once you have the right packaging, the algorithm does the heavy lifting for you. But if you want to see the devastating what not to do version of this, you need to watch this next video here, where I review the worst YouTube channel that's losing about 10K a month. I break down the exact script packaging blunders that are costing him a fortune. Click here and I'll see you over there.